Okay. All right, I think I'm live now. So I want to give an overview to the mixing board that I use. I really enjoy it, and I want to know, or at least let others know, how to interface it with your computer. Excuse my desk is a mess, but I'm going to give a basic overview. So when you get it set up, of course, in the back, you're going to want to plug it in so it can have power. You'll want to turn it on. If it's turned off, there's a USB here. You plug this into your PC. I have mine just plugged in to the top. But you plug that in, and even if this is turned... So as you notice, I lost my audio because I turned the mixing board off. When the mixing board is off, you might think you have power if it's plugged in because it'll say PC or it'll say Bluetooth. Now, there are two different modes on here. One is PC, one is Bluetooth. You cannot Bluetooth into the mixing board with your phone and then go into PC. It's one or the other. But that's okay because there's other ways you can run music through here. But for the most part, for example, I have my microphone. Sorry, I'm holding the camera and trying to look at my screen. But I have my microphone in here. I have my guitar there. These are my first two channels. There are a total of 8 channels, but 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 are split left and right. We'll get into that later. Let's start from the beginning. You open your package. You plug in the USB. It'll not show anything, and you plug it into your computer. Boom. Plug it in. There's not going to be any drivers like on your computer down here. It might install some, connect and stuff, but there's no drivers or programs you have to install. You'll want to make sure you hit the mode button and make sure it says PC. And then how to find that what comes out of your mixing board goes through this slide. This will be my volume level, so I can adjust this. And it doesn't affect my headphones because I have a headphones level that comes direct out into the headphones. So even if I adjust, nobody can hear me, or if I turn it way up and it's way too loud, it does not affect the volume in my ears. And that's because I'm going through headphones. This will be your main volume to adjust for whatever you're running on platform. And I'm going through OBS. So as you can see, as I turn this down, for me on my end, I can hear it go like nothing. It just stays same level. But I can use this slider to adjust my level in my OBS or my StreamYards or even my YouTube. But YouTube doesn't give you a response algorithm for that. They don't have a little thing that shows your level. So I'd recommend using OBS if you're going on that. And when you get this going, it'll come up. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it'll come up as speakers, and in hashtag parentheses, it'll say KT-08UP. That is this mixing board, and that's what allows this sound to go into the computer so it can go to everything else. And here's kind of a basic overview. This is your 28 decibel. This is my microphone channel. So if I turn this down, it kind of gives me a mute, or it lowers the decibels a whole lot. I can hardly hear them in my headphone. Unless you have a condenser mic, do not use this red button because that sends 48 volts out into your microphone, bloop, into this one that I'm using. Yeah. So you don't want to use that. Unless you have a condenser mic, but if you buy a specific condenser mic that takes phantom power, then you'll know. But that's a 48 volt phantom power. And then I just got my gains. Sorry, I'm still looking. I got my gains, I got my highs, I got my mids, I got my lows, I got my effects. This is how much effects that I want to add to my microphone. And then I've got my level, which is my normal level, and this is my settings. When you go into PC, there is a little button here. One says 7/8 for up, and one says down for USB. So if I have that up, it's going to say channel 7/8, which will be this, but also I want it down so I know that it's going directly USB. And in this, you can also add effects, but it'll be on the back end. So I just keep this down. You can EQ what you want, and you can adjust your level here. And this will be used for, and the reason you want it down, because this will be used for like if you want to play music that's on the computer. So let's say I open up, let's just go to YouTube here. Let me just pick out a song here. Here's a YouTube song. We can hit play. It's gonna be, oh gosh. Yeah. We got commercials. There's always commercials. But for instance, if I'm playing music, there we go. This will be. Hold on, I can't see now. Hold on. Okay, so that's really loud. But this, your 7/8, that'll be your volume for what's playing. Like I'm playing some Pink Floyd stuff on YouTube. But this here would be your volume to mix your music with your audio. So this adjusts the level that comes out of my computer. And then I adjust that with my microphone volume. And then I go and I adjust the levels that go into the computer with this one. And that shows up over here on my OBS. And then I got my headphones out, which are these. These are my headphones. I'm just wearing headphones. I do have these two cables plugged in. They're basically a standard just 1/4 inch. So if you don't have headphones, let me turn this music down. Let me turn the music down. But if you don't have headphones, and you just want to play it through, like you could take this. This is the top right. It's your main outs. So you take your main outs right there, and you can use a simple guitar cable, and you can plug your cable in there, and then you can run that out to another mixing board or whatever it is you need to do, and you'll get the sound of what's coming out of here into your PA so you can hear it. And you'll want that to be dry. You don't want effects on it. You just run it like as if it's your speaker system. The reason why you want to use headphones off of this and not off of your computer is because there is a delay. Now it'll be very insignificant, but it will cause a delay. You wanna hear exactly what's coming out of this PC. So the best way to do that is have a decent set of headphones, or to run the mains out into another system, which, like for me, I have these, and I don't know if you can see it, but I have them, and they run into the little Vox amp. So if I want to, I don't have to use headphones. I can take the headphones off and turn my Vox on, and this will go out into my Vox. So you can run the mains out into anything else and use that as your audio source, if that makes sense. And when you get in OBS and you need to add the audio source, like this here is Pyle, I'll just open it up, and it comes up as microphone KT-08 UP in parentheses, or in whatever they call those. And that's pretty much it. All the rest you have to experiment. It has a bunch of effects. Has like 16 different effects, I think. Yeah, 16. And I'm playing around with them and still using them. You can adjust the effects that go into each channel and how strong the effects are. So yeah, it's kind of nice for what it is. I hope I wasn't too confusing. If you have to, rewind and replay. But it's a super simple, easy interface, and there's a lot more options that we can go into. If anybody has any questions about any of it, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to try and help you get your Pyle mixer working for you and interfaced with your computer so you can record and do all the good things and enjoy life and follow your passions and all that's in you. Anyway, that's all I got. See you later.